Hi there, welcome to the second Kodu tutorial. In this lab challenge you'll be asked to create a zookeeper. You control the zookeeper with the L stick and the A button, and then you can have 4 to 6 different land masses, and they're basically going to house different characters. Within the characters they're going to be looking for apples to eat. As well, the land masses should kind of match in terms of color the characters within them. So let's get cracking, shall we? So as you can see here, I've started out with my saucer. He's the zookeeper. I'm just going to quickly code him. So while he's highlighted, I press Y, and then he's the only character I control. L stick. Let's move. He's also going to be creating apples. So I'm going to use the A button here. You can use any button you want though. Action, create apple. So as he flies around, he'll be creating apples. Now, time to sort of create my landmass. I've got one here. I'll make a couple others. To do that, need our ground brush, and again, using my D-pad left and right, I can make them bigger or smaller. I can also change the brush to make them circles. Sure, why not? So I'll make a couple. So I've got 5 different land masses. Next thing it asks us to do is actually color them, differentiate between them. So if you want to change ground color in this, you go to your tool picker, or sorry, not your tool picker, your material, Y. And from here you can sort of pick all sorts of different colors. I like that one, sure. And then press A, go to a different material. Now the one I just used is conveniently located at the front, so that's kind of nice. So it doesn't matter where I go. Press A, share a nice green color there. Doesn't really, oops. I accidentally pressed the right trigger there, and that's what happened. So you green, pink, black. Let's go with this nice design here. Oops. I like that one. And one in the middle just for fun. Give it that. Alright, so now it's time to put some inhabitants. And we'll start with a cycle. So he's on the pink island here, so I'll make him pink. So basically he's going to be looking for, oops. He's going to be looking for apples. Actually, sorry, that's not what he wants to do. He wants to see. He'll be looking for an apple. And I'm going to put the apple close by. That way he's only looking on his island. He's not stuck looking at a different island for an apple. So when he sees an apple close by, he's going to move towards it. It's also important that we put in the if and when command, so seeing the apple close by, not. He'll still move around and wander his little island. Very important. Also, we're going to have, when he bumps the apple into the castle, when he bumps the apple, he is going to nom nom eat it. Now it also asks that after he eats it, he makes an expression and he says something as well. So I'm going to indent because Indenting means that as long as the third line of code here is satisfied, that means it will do this third line, or the next line of coding. So I want him to express a feeling. So express, then hearts is a fun one, sure. So he's going to express some hearts, and then after that, only when the third line is met, of course, because I'm indenting, I'm going to do say something. So actions, say. Now what I'm going to do here, you see at the bottom, you can actually, I don't know if you can see it, but using the Y I can toggle and move through the speech patterns. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick line randomly, and so I'm going to give him a bunch of different things to say. First thing will be, oops, not thank you. Thank you. And then after thank you, awesome. Oops. Hooray! You are the best. Sweet. And maybe one more. Yes. Okay, so I picked the thought balloon and for them to show up randomly. So basically he'll have one of those 6 responses to say every time he eats an apple. So I'm going to save that by pressing A, and hopefully that works. Let's give it a quick little demo. I started as the saucer. He's going to be roaming around. Good. Eats that apple. And there it is. Hearts, you're the best. Perfect. Okay, so basically I'm going to give you a little trick here. I've got a pink cycle, and so I'm going to go through. Maybe this island can have Kodu, and he'll be green. I'm going to actually bring Kodu down a little closer to the ground so he can touch the apple. So to do that, I press A, highlighting him red, and then he's nice and close to the ground. So in this one, maybe I won't have that. I'll have a can, sure. Now he's going to have to be black. Match his surroundings. You could just kind of play around with which characters you prefer. Sure, I can have another cycle here. Make him orange. And I want to use here. Sure, the turtle. And it's kind of a white and black area, so I'll make him white. And then finally, I'm sure fish, why not? Make him look smaller. Make him yellow. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little trick here. To sort of make this go a lot smoother and a lot quicker, I'm going to go into this coding, and what I'm going to do is, because the coding here works for the apples, and the cycle does everything that it needs to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy the page. So I go up to this page icon here at the top, and I press X. Okay, and that basically has copied my page. From here, I can go into Kodu, and I can go to the top here, and I can press the right trigger, and then boom, same code here. Now because he's saying a few different things randomly, they're all going to say a different thing at a different time, hopefully. But all I have to really do to satisfy the conditions that the lab is asking is change maybe what they're expressing. So he's going to give flowers. Same thing up here to this guy. Right click, boom. He's a nasty tank, he swears. Same thing. Boom. Some stars in there. I'll make it sad. And he's gonna be happy. Okay, so that should do it. And as I float around with the saucer, I should be able to drop some apples on these guys. And you notice that the apples sort of stay in their cage. It's because there's invisible walls around. The reason you use the saucer for this lab is because the saucer basically doesn't pay attention to those invisible walls. You can see that. Enjoying themselves, eating their apples. Alright, so that's the second lab. I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned.